Have you ever felt like God gave you a promise, but nothing seems to be happening? Maybe you felt called to something bigger, a purpose, a dream, a direction, but instead of doors opening, it feels like you're stuck waiting. If you've ever felt that way, you're not alone. David did too. When David was just a young shepherd boy, God sent the prophet Samuel to anoint him as the future king of Israel. Imagine that moment, oil poured over his head, a divine calling spoken over his life. David knew God had chosen him, but here's the part we don't talk about enough. David didn't become king right away, not even close. He waited over 20 years. Instead of stepping into a palace, David went back to tending sheep. Later, he became a servant in King Saul's court. Then Saul grew jealous and tried to kill him. David spent years running, hiding in caves, living like a fugitive, even though he had already been chosen by God. Can you imagine how confusing that must have been? God promised him the throne, but his reality looked like survival, hardship, and delay. Yet David never forced the promise. Twice he had the chance to kill Saul and take the throne early. And twice David refused. He trusted God's timing more than his own opportunity. And when the time was finally right, God fulfilled every promise. Here's the truth: God's promises often come with a waiting season, not because God forgot, but because He is preparing you. David wasn't just waiting for a crown. God was building his character, his faith, and his leadership. If you feel stuck in a waiting season today, don't lose heart. God hasn't changed his mind about you. Sometimes the waiting room is actually the training ground. Stay faithful, stay patient, and trust that God's timing is always perfect.